Let's give this a test real quick, make sure our audio is good. Alright, we are live. Let's give this a test real quick, make sure our audio is good. Seems like we are good to go, from what I can tell. It feels like it might be a little loud. I could be wrong. It looks like my voice is peaking a little bit over the audio. We'll see. That might be a little loud. We'll see. That might be a little loud. It is ever so slightly loud. Easy to fix. Alright, that should be better. Hello, hello. Whatever. Just waiting for people to join. I don't know how many people we're getting here today. Might not be that much, to be honest. We'll see, we'll see. Stable, it says, but now it says stable. Who knows? Hello. It says I'm peaking. Oh, it's not peaking. I'm not really talking though. I've just got the background music on right now. Yeah, yep. Okay, well, I'm listening to the stream, like, I've been listening to it on my computer through my earbuds. To see. Okay. But because when I'm looking at my OBS, I'm getting pretty close to peaking. Just by talking. Hey, Dave. No, he's in the chat. Hey, Dave, question. How's my audio sound? Does it sound too quiet, or can you hear me fine? We'll see what Dave says. Because he's watching on Twitch. I wonder if it's a YouTube thing. Yeah, he says it sounds good on Twitch. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'll try and speak up at the very least because I've got my microphone pretty maxed. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Hey, Landon, how you doing? You can also type in YouTube chat. It'll also show up on stream. Just a heads up. You did? Oh shoot! Yeah, that's because I exited out of it on YouTube. Hold on, I was messing with my settings. All right, that'll work. All right, thanks, buddy. Bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are getting this sorted. I should actually mute my phone though. Definitely. I'm always opening my phone on stream. Not ideal. Also, currently getting used to the new Android update. Don't know how I feel about it. Alright. Oh, there it is. I have to max my volume out on my phone to get that. Alright. So we are good to start building a keyboard. I think we've got the people who are gonna be here, so welcome everybody. Imagine updating your phone. Yeah, I was excited for One UI 7. I thought it was gonna be pretty neat. I don't hate it. I will say, one of the things I did notice that I do really like is the you're still on Android 7. The whatchamacallit, earbuds. My earbuds with the new One UI 7 connect a lot faster. Like it's instant. So that is so far the only actual benefit I've noticed. Besides that, it's just like a change in like design and like, you know, you pull down from the right for settings now. I think you can switch to the old notification menu. Notification. I'm pretty sure it said you could do that. Notification, maybe in advanced settings. It said that you can switch to that in the notification settings. Yeah, yep, you just switch it to, you go into the settings, click the little marker icon thing, click panel settings, and then you can switch it to together, and that's back to how it used to be. Don't get sidetracked. I'll get as sidetracked as I want. I want to get some cheap Chinese phone, just put Linux on it. I wonder how well that'd work. I'd be curious to see that as well. I think that'd be pretty cool. Because then you could put, hypothetically, you could put SteamOS on it. Just saying. Play all the games on your phone. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know how that would work because I think, isn't the biggest issue with that the fact that ARM processors work different than like x86 processors? Check YouTube. What's on YouTube? Just need to bring back the old bit. Yeah, I see that. I responded. I did indeed. Get all the perks of Chinese manufacturing, none of the spyware. That's now. You might run into the issue to where that cheap Chinese phone is now more expensive than. I guess. Do we even make any phones in America? I don't think we do. I don't think there's a single actually American phone. Oh well. Alright, I suppose it's about time I do the YouTube intro for this. Since we got people in here. Damn, you got me. Yeah. Yeah, see? Tariffs and everything. They'll get you. They will get you. they're definitely going to be hitting the keyboard hobby. I guarantee it. We'll see how that goes. But who knows? Maybe they'll roll the tariffs back. Hopefully, considering nothing's shipping to us right now. But we'll have to wait and see on that one, I think. Alright, I'm getting a little sidetracked. Let me do an intro real quick. And then we'll go back to talking while I do the board. So I've kind of forgotten how to do this. It's only 145%, no biggie. Yeah, it's something. We'll see how it affects the economy. So far, it seems we're doing great. All right, let's pull the board out. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Push this guy back here. Like that. And just like that, we are good to go. Should I? I'll pause this for the intro, I think. We'll see how I feel about it. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are live again today, but this is mostly for you guys on YouTube, so welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be doing the Neo 70. We're going to be building this board live. So let's get right into it. Let's open her up here. Let's see what we got to work with. There are a few different ways to build this board. And I am planning on just kind of getting your all's input on how to do it, how we're going to build it today. So here we've got one of the PCBs. Here we have the second PCB, and these are pogo pin designs. Set those off to the side. And then we've got foam. And we've got like feet, stabilizers, that kind of stuff. We do have Owl Lab stabilizers over here that are already pre-done, just to make it a little bit easier for us. Here we have one of the weights. Let me clean this off a little bit. It's a little smudged up. So here we have one of the rear weights. Let's switch the top view here, so you can see you guys. Oh, nope, that's me. Too far. There you are. There's the camera. So, we've got that guy there. And then we've got two different mounts. We have like these hamburger mount thingies. Like there's like a side mount. They go onto the PCB. And then we have a gummy O-ring mount. So we have two different mounting options. We've got more foam. Lots of foam in this one. We will set all the foam off to the side here. And then we've got two different options for plates today. We have, I don't remember, this is either polycarbonate or POM. I don't remember. One of the two. And then we have aluminum as well. So I am an aluminum fan, but I also like some polycarb here and there. So we'll decide which one of those we're going to do in a bit. And then here we have the actual board itself. Oh, maybe, if I put it in frame. So this is the Neo 70. And one of the cool things about the Neo 70 is that it is almost completely toolless. It is very red. One of the cool, if you look, let's see if you can get it. Yeah, there's like a glittery flake in the coating on this guy. Pretty neat, pretty neat. I do like that. But it is a nice red. I definitely like the red. One of the other things I really like about this board is that it is basically toolless. The rear, this big weight, is being held on by some Allen screws here, but the rest of the board is toolless. You got the pogo pins that just magnetic onto it, and then it's It's not separate halves or anything. It's just a single case design. You can see the side profile. Pretty basic side profile, not a whole lot going on, but there you can see that sparkle again in the I think this is an E coating, but pretty neat, pretty neat. The back, not a whole lot going on. I think the star of this board, the thing that I like a lot about it, is that it's basically a 65, but with a separated arrow keys and like your home page up, that kind of stuff, which I think is pretty cool. It's unique. It's a pretty unique layout, which I am always a fan of unique layouts. So yeah, that is the board. We will go ahead and I guess start out by, we can put this guy on here on the back, and once again, toolless, just like that. She magnets right on. So pretty neat design, and this board is pretty cheap. I actually, let me pull up the specs real quick here. My numpad isn't working. Hello? There we go. Neo 70, 115 bucks. That's a pretty compelling price, if I do say so myself. 115 bucks is pretty nice. And then what do we got for? Is this gonna give me? Oh no, I don't think we're gonna get the front height on here. Let me grab my calipers real quick. Hold up. Because I'm curious as to what the front height is. It's pretty low. I'm guessing probably somewhere around 19 mil, something like that. So we are at right at 20 mil, it looks like. 19. Yeah, about 19 mil. So pretty yeah, 19 millimeter front height here. So definitely a nice low front height, which I prefer. I'm not a fan of super chonky front heights on keyboards. It makes the typing angle, or the entry to typing, a little bit too aggressive for me. As far as the angle, your guess is as good as mine. 5%, 7% maybe, something like that. It doesn't say on here, and I don't feel like using a protractor, so but yeah, that's the board. 115 bucks is still awesome. I really like QWERTY keys. I think they make some good stuff. I think they make pretty unique boards at a pretty good price point. So, well, let's start off by getting the PCB together here. Get these guys in here, and we will go ahead. Got some hair on my desk. My dog ends up everywhere. Let's go ahead and start with the stabilizers. Now we will be going into one of these. Looks like this one. And these are the Owl Labs stabilizers. They actually come as a gift, is what they call them. It comes with the board, which is pretty nice. I'm not going to complain about that. Maybe if I put them in the right way. What's the price point? 115 bucks. Yeah, it's $115 for this board, and it comes with stabilizers. I mean, hard to beat. Hard to beat for sure. I'm definitely a fan of QWERTY keys, and of just kind of all the stuff they make. But the Neo line is definitely pretty cool. I think they have some unique looking boards too. Oh, there's a lot of holes here. It's like Swiss cheese. trying to focus my eyes to see where this is going. Got this guy over here. Okay. I think that's right, because I got enter, shift. Okay. Good there. I don't know why. I'm just gonna leave this up. For some reason, my multi-chat isn't showing YouTube. Not entirely sure why, but I'll just leave my YouTube open. Alright, so that is the stabs. As for the switches, we're going to be doing the mode Obscuras. Obscuras. Love these switches. They come pre-lubed. They're very nice. We do need to figure out what plate we're going to be doing. Are we going to be doing... like I said, I don't know if this is palm or polycarbonate. Judging by how wide it is, I think this is palm. So, what do you guys think? Should we do palm or should we do aluminum? I'm cool with whatever. And then once we do that, we need to figure out if we're doing foam or no foam. So, whatever you guys want to do. If you guys want to do. Get this guy out of here, out of the package. Huh. So you're saying POM, it's P-O-M. I've actually never built with POM before. This would be a first time for me. Definitely down to try it though. I'm curious to see what sound signature comes out. And if we don't like it, we can always switch over to the aluminum later anyway. Pom-pom. Alright, POM it is. We'll put the aluminum to the side for now. For now. We don't... We might end up doing the aluminum later. We'll see how we feel about the POM. Are we doing foam or no foam? I think I want to try it with no foam. I want to do the POM with no foam. I think that sounds pretty good. I think that's what we'll do. So we actually do need to install these guys here. See if we can see where these go through the Swiss cheese. Found one of the holes, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of them. God, this is difficult. My hands are, my fingers are fat, and these are tiny little screws, bro. Screwing the standoffs on for the plate. I don't know if you can see just how ridiculously small this is. A little screw. There's that one. Would trade you my baby hands. I don't know, my hands are pretty useful, to be honest. And I think even if I had baby hands, I would end up just still ending up having meaty hands at the end of it. Working on cars will do that. Dave knows, he can tell you. Alright, and then this is our last one here. Alright, that's our standoffs are on now. So we've got our standoffs and our stabilizers. Now we just need to screw this guy into the standoffs. And then this one does not get any standoffs. It is just, it's just a board. That's all it gets to be. Alright, got a flexi board. That's where the trusty plate spacer tool comes in to give us a hand. Alright, put this off to the side here. And then get our switches out. And we'll start with this guy, I think, because it's going to be kind of difficult. We're going to have to pop a couple in to here. Maybe just one, since I have the little tool. Like that, and then there we go. There we go. See, it like bends down and you have to like pull it up on there. That's where this guy becomes really handy if you're using it, which I'm not currently. There we go. That's this guy assembled. So we will, and unfortunately they don't provide a gummy O-ring for this. I don't know where I put the, oh, here it is. So for this guy you have to use these hamburger things, whether you want to or not. Neo, and I don't think this is an unpopular opinion, has actually the worst bags ever made. You can't get them open without ripping them. Alright, well, that's trash now. These guys all open here. And then you can see, for the hamburgers, that's what I keep calling them at least, you've got these little indents in the PCB, and they just kind of slot in like that, and they're part of the PCB, and that's how you mount it in the board. And there we go. We got all our little hamburgers in now. So As far as installation into the board, I can show you what that looks like too. Take this guy out. And then for the hamburger ones, it is a simple, just kind of push in. Boom. Then it's in. Slot it in there. Just like that. Pretty simple. Now I get to do this guy here. Alright, well, let's get our fork here and we'll just go at it, I guess. You plan on setting up a backdrop in the future or for the face cam? Yes. Here's the thing. I could actually pretty easily just rotate my camera like this. Or maybe not so easily. And then I have a pretty neat backdrop actually. Ignore the blankets on my couch, because then I get the simp sign and the shoot whatever. Yeah, so I could do that, and then you get a little bit more of a fun background. I don't know, my camera's right here, you can kind of see the leg in it, so simp. Yeah, it's a pretty fun sign. I had fun making that. But I don't know, we can keep it like that. I don't know, I think it doesn't work as well. Oh, you think it's better? I feel like for some reason that it doesn't work as well because of, I don't know, maybe my face. I'm not sure. Maybe it works fine. And I'm just kind of losing it. Probably tilt that down a little bit though. Sure, we'll leave it like that though, if we think that's better. I do think it is a more fun background. I should fix those blankets though, actually, if I'm gonna do that. There you go. That's as fixed as they're getting while I'm on stream. They're just not going to be there. I think that kind of does it. The angle's a bit off. I wonder if maybe even more. Just really send it home. See, but then you really get to see the camera. So, I don't know. Something to play around with maybe. We'll see. I definitely don't hate it. And I do like that wall. It's a pretty fun wall. All things considered. Let's get these guys in here. I don't actually... Oh, I can't really do that. I don't know how I'm doing this one. I think probably like this. Thinking about it, yeah. Hello. What even is that emoji? Hey guys. Howdy. I don't know Twitch chat emoji names. Not a pro streamer. Is my bad. I'll do better in the future. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe I'll just always, forever, not do good. I'm really curious to see how this board turns out with the palm. It's a pretty unique plate material, and I'm going to be going with ABS keycaps, so I'm interested to see how this develops. Alright, I'm thinking maybe we just kind of go ham here, getting this together. Maybe get us some ASMR of the switches going in. We'll pause the music for it. Almost bent a pen. Alright, well that's enough of no music. I don't remember if I'm doing a stepped caps lock or not on these. I am. Love a stepped caps lock. Ooh, that's no good. I think I just very aggressively bent that pen. I did. Just crunched it. It's a Tetris piece now. Does my stream say building a Thocky keyboard? Oh my goodness, that's not right. Not that it matters that much, but it does, you know. This up. Actually, I think I have it. Well, fixed that. Oops. Oh well. Mistakes happen. There we go. She went and cleaned that time. that is that assembled. Now, should we do gummy O-ring or the hamburger mounts first? I think we try both. Maybe we just start with the hamburger mounts, since we already have the hamburger mounts on the other side. We'll just see what they end up sounding like. I do think, generally speaking, I prefer a gummy O-ring type sound. But I don't know. I don't know what this board's gonna sound like, so we'll just start with this. Alright, I don't think I'm missing any. Go ahead and boop, just like that. And now we have a partially assembled board. So let's go ahead and put these caps on and see how she ends up. I think we're good. It sounds a little bit hollow. We might need some of that plate foam or some of that case foam. We'll see. Huh? Maybe. That sounds pretty good. Just make sure our stabilizers are all good. Yeah, there's a little bit of hollowness to this board that I'm not loving. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say until we get it together. I think it could probably benefit from some case foam. So luckily it's easy enough to disassemble. Just pop it out, put some foam in. Crazy how streamlined the building processes for some keys nowadays. Ah, I know. It isn't. It's such a simple keyboard to build. And like, oh, you want some case foam in it? Just go ahead and pop the weight out and push her out of there, and then boom, you're back in it again. You don't even have to plug anything in, because where this board has the pogo pins with the magnets, you just, as soon as you're in, it's plugged up and ready to go. Don't have to mess with like JST cables or anything. They've definitely, and I think Neo is one of the better companies at that. But they've definitely gotten pretty good at just making it easy to get into, you know. Which, you know, the more people, the better. Definitely. Actually, I don't know how I have this set up. Usually I don't have a page up and a page down. Probably delete home and insert, something like that. Maybe. Ooh, plateless. Hello, Dark Steel. This actually isn't plateless. I know it kind of looks like it. We're doing a palm plate at the moment. Pop this guy out of here. And there actually is a plate here. We're doing palm. We also have an aluminum plate. If we decide we don't like the palm plate, we can switch it out over to this, see what it sounds like. We are running Mode Obscura switches. So we got some nice long pole switches. And then just some generic ABS keycaps. So we'll see how she sounds. Currently there's two mounting styles. There's like the hamburger mounts, which is what we're doing, and gummy O-ring. So we're trying these hamburger ones first, and then we'll probably also try the gummy O-ring. See what it sounds like. What is at the top? Oh, so this is actually the Agar by KBD Fans. It's actually a beautiful board. It's a HHKB. You've got like these swooping profiles to it, and then it's got a pretty nice little brass weight on the back. You've got a moon with some stars and a little boat. So I actually did a stream on this board not too long ago, and there's a video on my channel if you want to watch it get built. Difficult board to build, honestly. It took me a little bit to get it to the point where I like how it sounded. So, but I think it kind of ended up being pretty nice all said and done. So no complaints here. And it's a steal of a board. It was like $120 or something like that. Something kind of ridiculous. I think I've got these alt keys in the wrong spots. That's what I'm thinking. Because, yeah, let's take these out. Well, maybe. Or I've just got my keys set up wrong. This would have to go there. Yeah, I think that's probably right, actually. That, and I'm gonna have to move. This guy over. Probably also this guy. Correct. I think that's right. Yeah, there we go. That is my problem. Got these guys in backwards. There we go. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Dark Seal. Happy to have you here. I'm blind. I'm still blind. Okay, there we go. I need to get these things all facing the right way. is throwing me off for some reason. More so than usual. Alright, let's see how she sounds right off the bat. I'm thinking, just by testing those stabilizers, I'm thinking we're gonna need some case foam on this one. But, don't know until we try it. So, get the mic down here. Let's give it a test. Yeah, it just sounds kind of hollow. Let's throw that case foam in here. Let's see how that does. Helping the sound. I mean, it does help. Let's switch user. I don't know. Something's up with that switch. That's better. Definitely very poppy with the palm. Let's try throw the case foam in here too, since we got it. This sounds almost muted compared to the rest of it. Interesting. Let's try the gummy O-ring. I want to see what that sounds like. Take these guys out of here. I am an O-ring fan. I would like to know what that sounds like on this. Once again, I hate Neo's Little packages. Oh, hate might be a strong word. Strongly dislike. Alright, let's see how the O-ring sounds. Okay. Pause. I did. Okay, good. If we can get the O-ring in, that is. There we go. I don't know why that shift sounds so weird. Something's weird there. I don't love it. I don't necessarily hate it either. What do you guys think? Let's do a typing test real quick. Let's see how we do here. Hold on. Let's start that over. Choked right there at the end. Here's the thing, right? I've built this board before. This is not my first time building it. And I know that it sounds better with the aluminum. Which is unfortunate, because we just built it with the palm. So, let's pull it apart. Let's pull it apart and try the aluminum plate out. Unplug it here. Put this guy back in. We'll try and be quick about it this time. All right, let's get this apart here. We'll put the tunes back on. All right, let's pull it apart. Let's put these down here. Like this. We'll do it from a new angle this time. We'll keep it on the side profile for now, since I built it with the top down earlier. Boom. And metal in its place. We'll start by doing this. I think we get a few of these guys in here. And just like that. Ooh. Here's the aluminum. A lot louder. So, I think that does sound better. I also think though this little piece kind of muted in sound. There's not a whole lot of, like, I don't absolutely love the noise that comes out of here, if I'm being honest. But, you know, it's not really the main attraction to the board anyway. Whoa. I feel like I'm gonna break this stabilizer. The trick to making it faster when we put it back together. Put all the keys in the spot they came out of. Probably take the O-ring off of here. That over to the side. Definitely less hunting when you go back to look for the keys this way. All right. Pull these switches. Switches out. Hands cramping up. Alright, that is the home plate out of there. And we are good to go with the aluminum. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the music for this. music back on. That's enough of that. That's for the edit later. Maybe for Instagram reel or TikTok. I'm gonna try and get into shorts. I think short form content's a pretty valuable space to be, all things considered. And yeah, I don't utilize it. But maybe I can change that. Keep dropping it. Alright, let's put this back together. Alright, she is rebuilt. Put this gummy O-ring back on here. Alrighty, how does it sound? We're about to find out. If we can get the O-ring to go in, right? Shoot. All right. Rebuilt. So, yeah. Let's try this again. Let's give it another side test here, or another sound test here. stabilizers are a little bit finicky on these. These are the Owl Labs stabilizers. A little rattly. Maybe? I think a little bit of rattle. Definitely a lot more pop. Yeah, this one specifically is pretty darn rattly. I think the spacebar is mostly fine. It's just a loud spacebar. Let's make sure these are clip-ins. I don't usually love clip-ins. I prefer a screw-in stabilizer. Let's just make sure they actually are clipped in. Yeah, this one sounds weird too. Those sound fine. Really get some lube up in here. Just for good measure, even though these guys are very lubed already. Man, if we can get in there. I think that sounds cleaner. I think it's better. Not perfect, but it's better. I do like that space bar quite a bit. Brick by brick, yes, brick by brick. All right, let's give her a type and test again. This time with the aluminum plate. I think it only took me like 10 minutes to completely rebuild the board. When you're not dilly-dallying, there's definitely time to. You can definitely get it done faster without talking. All right. Let's give monkey type a test. I guess we probably shouldn't. Yeah, we'll do no music. 98. 99% accuracy. I'm not upset by it. Not upset by it at all. I think that was it's a pretty good board. It's a fun board. I definitely like the. Move this back up here. I think I really like the layout of this board. I think it's a fun layout. I like how long it is without the F keys. Definitely a neat board by QWERTY Keys. Very easy to build. Obviously you don't have a whole lot when it comes to the assembly and disassembly process, since you have those pogo pins. I do like that quite a bit. I do wish that this section, I don't know, I don't love how it resonates. I think I'm looking over here, but I've moved the camera over here, so hello. I don't love how it resonates over here. I think there's just not a whole lot to it. I don't know, especially compared to here. I think that could have been alleviated had they given us like an O-ring mounting option over here. You only get that hamburger mount on this side. If I pull this out, I can show you. So there's no option for O-ring. It is just these little hamburger guys. So at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters that much on this side of the board. But obviously where this is like localized, you definitely get it has its own unique sound profile, which, you know, some people might like that, some people might not. I think I'm probably pretty indifferent about it, all things considered. So, but yeah, that is the Neo 70. I definitely appreciate you guys joining me while we built this board. It is a very, I don't know if pretty is the right word. It is a pretty board. Especially with the flake in that coating. I think that's a pretty neat little touch. But it's definitely a unique board, and that's kind of what I tend to go after. So I like it. For $115 bucks. Yeah, $115 man, it's hard to go wrong on a board this price point. So if you guys want to check it out, I will leave a link to it in the description on QWERTY Keys' website. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you disliked, leave a dislike. And if you have any suggestions or any boards you want me to build, let me know, and we will go ahead and see if I can get those built. I do have a few more in the pipeline for us to do. So yeah, I stream every Wednesday and Saturday unless I specifically can't. I do try to stream around 7:30 on Wednesdays Eastern Standard Time, and around 4 o'clock on Saturdays, 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturdays. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.